Yeah.
I have not blacked out from a lift, but when I was in wrestling, this was like literally the year after I finished wrestling, they changed all these rules. I'm sure that I'm a slide somewhere. But when I was in wrestling,
That's good.
When I was in wrestling, number one, you would weigh in at the beginning of the season, and then if your coach was like, "Hey, there's no spot for you in this weight class for a tournament," they'd be like, "Just lose 7 pounds in a night. It's okay, bro."
Yeah.
So I literally did that.
Yep.
And then there was like some culture around water breaks are for wussies.
Yes.
So no water for you.
Yep.
And I got heat exhaustion so bad once that I went blind for an hour.
Oh my
Holy
God!
shit.
I've only
My
heard of
God.
that. I've never talked to somebody.
Fully
I've heard about that.
Pitch black blind for an hour. And ever since then, like if I get too into like a hit workout, I'll start feeling it. So I actually went to Vital.
Do you get blurry?
Wow.
You get blurry eyes?
I went to your gym the other day and I took one of the it was like the anaerobic training class.
Yeah, that's a
conditioning
fuck
class.
of a track. Yeah, that's. Whew.
I did that, so they had me doing like kettlebell squats as fast as possible, run half a mile, all this interval stuff, and I just start feeling like the edges of my vision going. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, take 5 minutes. Like, okay, I'm fine. And then I go push the sled for a bit, and I just.
Wow,
Oh,
dude.
man.
So you go full tunnel vision, shaky, and you know it's coming.
Oh yeah.
So, okay.
I don't know if it's like extra susceptibility to heat exhaustion because of the
It has
first
to be
trauma.
Yeah,
I heard
it
that
has
can
to be.
happen.
Yes, absolutely.
So
that has to be.
So wait a minute. The first time this happened, I mean, what's going through your mind in that moment? Because you don't know if your vision's coming back.
that's what it was. I was like, am I blind forever?
Oh my
Right.
God.
Did you go to the hospital or something?
Horrifying.
I didn't know because the coaches are idiots. So
Yeah.
he's just like, all right, you can stop working out. We're going to have you sit here, have some water, and it'll probably come back.
You don't have to see to do push-ups.
So yeah, I just sit there for half an hour, and it slowly starts coming back. I can see shapes. I'm like,
Oh my
okay, I think it's
God.
going to come back.
Wait, what did
Wow.
it look like?
It was pitch black.
Like black?
Pitch black.
Because I've heard
Full
like
blindness.
I've heard people describe it as gray, but maybe I don't know. Maybe
Well, I
I'm
mean,
making
this
that
was
up.
Dude, extreme heat exhaustion shuts your
this
brain
was
down.
12, no, not 12
Yeah.
years.
You're lucky
15
you're not
years.
dead, to be honest.
This was 15 years ago.
There's a lot of football
So-
players, but when back in the old days, that 2-a-days, it's 110 degrees out at your second practice, third day in a row.
Yeah.
Heat stroke and die.
Fortunately,
right
this
there on
was,
the field.
it was indoor wrestling practice.
Yeah,
So we weren't out in the
but it still
heat.
gets hot
But
as
still,
fuck
it
in
does.
those rooms.
And they like the shit they do for making weight.
Yeah.
They would do like the I forgot what they call it, like the death circle. I think
Yep.
that's what it's called. And that everybody in the wrestling team huddles up as tight as possible. You go in the middle and you all do foot fires
Yep.
to try to increase the temperature in the middle of the circle so
my
you sweat
God.
as much as possible.
Oh, dude, we had guys on our team that would take the. There's a makeup that's used to draw the water out of the skin. It's like so that you don't you don't sweat on stages and stuff. I think it's like a Broadway type of musical thing. They wipe their faces with this, and it sucks all the moisture out of the skin so they don't sweat.
Yep.
Well, once you stop sweating because you don't have any more water in your body, you still need to lose the weight.
Yeah.
You put this shit all over your entire fucking body.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yep.
There was one night where my coach was like, tournaments tomorrow, there's a nobody at 155.
Yeah.
Or 152. So if you want to wrestle, you got to cut down to 145.
Oof.
Which was stupid. Like, why not just bump me up to 160, whatever, and
Yeah.
just have me get my ass kicked? So I legitimately lost 7 pounds of water weight. In a
And to
night.
everybody listening, the commenters, like 7 pounds at that weight, at that age, you don't have it to lose.
Right.
Like that's not like I could lose 7 pounds running around the
Technically,
block
I had
real
it
quick.
to lose, but I was
Exactly.
basically dead.
You were able to lose it.
How do you do that?
So I think I had one day. So obviously no food,
Yep.
no water.
Yep.
And then practice. They have me do the ring of death thing. And then I come to school the next morning before the tournament. I'm in the gymnasium at 5 a.m. I've got a winter coat and then a garbage bag over it
Yeah.
to trap all moisture, to make it as hot as possible, running laps.
Yep.
In between that, going into the bathroom, spitting and peeing as much as possible.
Yeah, we had kids suck
Whoa.
Jolly Ranchers spitting into trying to fill the gallon jugs all throughout classes, all throughout school. Like looking back, I cannot fucking believe this shit was allowed.
It's idiotic.
I cannot
insane.
believe it. And you're like
Yeah.
you're permanently damaging kidneys,
Yes.
livers,
Yep.
stomach lining, so much stuff, dude. And for what?
Well,
Right.
so that
Right.
was literally my next question. I'm like, what on earth is so compelling about that?
This is my advice to anybody that wants to hear. If your kid's gonna wrestle, if your kid's a fucking phenom and they're gonna do this the end goal is win a gold medal, I understand it to a degree.
Right, sure.
If
But even then,
they're
it doesn't
not,
go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if not though, it's like well, I don't understand this. Like I don't understand
Like,
it.
Right.
who's the guy?
Well-
I think his name was like Cale Sanderson or something. He's
Yeah.
like the most famous wrestler from Iowa State. Like,
He won 4 national titles in a row, never lost a match, then won a gold medal, never lost a match. Undefeated his entire career.
what does that do for you later in life?
Well, now he's the head coach of Penn State Wrestling.
You could be a head coach. Of
He's the
wrestling.
one-off
That's it.
guy. Yes.
But that's the only path.
Correct.
And
You
is
have
there,
to either
is
go
there
to the
even
UFC.
money in that?
I mean,
Not like football.
decent money, but yeah, it's not like football.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Fuck no.
It's
Yeah, I'm
nothing.
sure he
Even if
does
they go
all
to the
right.
UFC and they become a heavyweight or whatever champion of the world,
Yeah.
they're making what a third-year running back for the Broncos makes.
Yeah.
You do it because you like it.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
But literally, the
That's an
year
interesting-
after I stopped wrestling,
Yeah.
they changed the rules to when you weigh in at the beginning of the semester, that's all you can stay at. Like you can go up, you can't go down.
Yep.
Oh,
So that's
interesting.
why I think like I'm probably a slide something. Like, yeah, we had this kid who literally went blind.
Yes.
For an hour.
That's
my
spooky,
God.
man. You're lucky you're not dead.
Yeah, so
That's
shout
how
out to
healthy
my,
kids die.
Wrestling coaches who hopefully are more intelligent now.
Yeah, that's utterly fucking ridiculous.
Well, then-
or not, and they just bitched about the rule change.
They should have
Oh
had.
my
You
God.
should have been on a gurney in an ambulance
Wow.
with an IV the minute that happened.
That's crazy.
My wrestling coach is an asshole. He was like this overweight guy. He's
Oh, I
just,
love those
he brings
ones, dude.
pizza into
Yeah.
the wrestling practice
Oh,
and
what
eat
a
it
fucking
himself.
cocksucker, dude! Oh, young kids spitting in. Oh my
So
god!
good.
Oh, he's an asshole. What an asshole, dude.
So well, by the time you get to the match, aren't you just dying? Like
Yes.
anyway, like
So, yeah,
what's the
here's the
point?
rest of
Yeah,
that
how do
story.
you
You
wrestle
try to
that way?
rehydrate.
Here's the rest of that story. I make weight, 144.9 pounds on the scale, and then I have my cooler full of like every snack you can think of and Gatorade and everything. Same thing I would take to the cornfields. So I'm basically up to 150 again by the time I step on the mat.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm also like near passing out. And I remember wrestling this guy. I was still pretty tall for my age. Wrestling this little stocky guy, and he just destroyed me. I could not do anything.
Well, and that's
Right,
so
that
interesting.
makes
It's like,
sense.
what's the point of making weight if it's just gonna be if
Yeah.
you're just gonna suck?
Well, that's,
No point.
Yeah, that's not
because my
that's
coach
not-
was dumb.
Yeah, that is. It is
What he
stupidity.
should have
Shout
been like
out.
is, sorry, there's no one for you to wrestle. You're just gonna have to bench it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Right.
Wow.
Not here. Let's
That's-
just try to kill you overnight.
That's what I'm saying. If your kid's not a phenom, like,
There's
what
no
are you
point.
doing?
Yeah, because they're not gonna go
Ridiculous.
anywhere with it. They're not gonna make
Yes.
money with it. Like,
and even if he is a phenom, that's dangerous shit.
It's
Yeah.
dangerous.
And if he's a phenom, put him up to the next weight class.
Yes, that's very true. If he's a phenom, it really doesn't matter where he wrestles.
hey, here's a
Yeah.
question.
The guy I beat for my state championship wrestling match weighed 215 and wrestled heavyweights because he was a phenom. So he was
Yeah,
able
dude.
to come up and wrestle my 260-pound ass.
Yep.
Now, I beat him, but he was that good that he could give up 50 pounds and it was still competitive.
Wow.
I had a similar experience. It was a sparring match, but there was one kid on my team. I wouldn't say he was a phenom, but he was really good, and he was at 120.
Yeah.
And I'm at 152, and dead stalemate. Like I think I barely won just by throwing weight
That's
around.
a really good.
That's all I can do.
That's a really good wrestler.
Meanwhile, he's like crawling around at me like a monkey, and I can barely tell where he is.